think some of the prospects for my first year as Dean, I think the first thing I'd like to do is for the faculty to set out its own business plan. This is something I've talked about quite a lot, but we'll come up with our own plan about how we see ourselves going forward. The board will, I hope, own the document. It will be done in consultation with the entire faculty, and that'll set out, how we intend to look in 5 years' time and how we intend to get there. And I think the process of coming up with that document will be a very collaborative one and hopefully a sort of bonding experience for the whole faculty. I'd like to implement some devolution. So by default, I'd like people to feel that they should take decisions without asking permission. They should take the right decision and they should be accountable for having taken the right decision. So I prefer that way of doing things to a situation where you're encouraged not to take a decision, but you've got to check with someone. I think there are some situations where you have to do that, but by and large things run much more efficiently and much more smoothly, and people are happier and have a lot more self-respect if they feel that they are charged with the responsibility of making a decision and of getting it right. And we have a very, very capable faculty, so I don't have any doubts about people being able to get the decision right. I think we will see some review of our undergraduate teaching arrangements and our postgraduate teaching arrangements. Don't know how far that will progress in the first year, but we'll see some of that. I'm hoping we'll see an increase in research productivity, research output. And I'm also hoping we can set up some enjoyable things related to that. So I have in mind a humanities research BRI, which basically the idea would be somebody gives a brief and accessible talk about their research. We have a bit of a discussion about it, and then there's a BRI. The idea being to share our intellectual lives, academic lives, and to break down some of these barriers where nobody knows what each other's working on. I'd like a situation where we actually, we get together to talk about our research. One of the striking things is that it's quite rare for the faculty to get together except for an administrative meeting, a board of faculty meeting. And I'd like to change that. I'd like to have events where people get together to talk about their thoughts.
The University of Johannesburg. Rethink, reinvent.